Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. The Greater Cleveland Veterans Business Resource Council provides training for veterans who would like to own businesses. Associate Directors Valerie Harrison and Ronald Samnick are here to talk more about the agency. Later today, we'll hear from Tamika Brantley and Keenan Bishop of ICAN Schools. And later in the broadcast after that, Carolyn Herbert and Angel Bowl of Cornerstone Among Women will tell us about their annual Walk for Life event. A good broadcast we have planned for you today. Good morning again. I'm Leon Bibb, and this is Kaleidoscope. Beginning with Valerie Harrison, Associate Director of the Greater Cleveland Veterans Business Resource Council, and Ronald Samnick, Associate Director of the Greater Cleveland Veterans Business Resource Council. Both of you had the same title.
Yes,
good to have you with. Good to have you with us.
We thought associate would sound better than co-director.
Well, good to have you with us. Let's start with you, Ronald. Tell us, what's the mission of the Greater Cleveland Veterans Business Council?
Our mission is to provide small business development resources to inner city veterans and disadvantaged individuals for no charge, and help them to find found their own business and or transition from the military into civilian life.
These are veterans of the U.S. military who've served in our armed forces at some point.
Yes.
Good, and it's a good thing that you're doing that too. What kind of training are we talking about, Valerie?
We have a 18-week training program. It consists of 3 phases, 3 6-week phases, and it covers everything from the business ideal to record keeping, the legal structures of a business, the cost of doing business, cash flow, and ultimately, in the end, the students are able to do a business outline that they can prepare to present to a lender for possible funding for their businesses. And
I've got to believe there are a lot of veterans out there who would love to start a business and perhaps don't know where to begin.
Well, this is why we're here.
That's why you. This is
why we're here.
What are the stories that you hear, Ronald Samnick? What are the stories you hear?
Well, typically you'll find someone who's in a particular technology, whether that's a drafter or a carpenter, or someone who does adult daycare. They work in assisted living, and they really want. They're passionate about it, but they'd like to do it on their own. They feel they could do a better job, and so they come to us trying to find out what challenges they would face if they went out on their own and started a small business of themselves. This is a place where they can get that training at the investment of their own time as opposed to cash, which is very, very limited usually, especially with veterans coming off, because we don't compensate the veterans too well, compared to a full-time position. So this is an excellent way for them to get the information, the networking contacts with the SBA and the financing organizations, the bankers.
Just to get started.
Just to get started.
I know you're located in the Red Cross building in Cleveland. That's at East 36th Street and Euclid Avenue. What about the kinds of classes, and when do the sessions begin, and all of that, Valerie?
Well, we have 2 sessions a year. The first one is usually in February, and it goes through June. Our current session started in July, and because we do 3 different phases, students can start our program at any phase, and then to finish, you can start in the next phase that comes up. So that's another great thing about the program. You can come in on Thursday evenings at 6:30. We meet once a week on Thursday evening, 6:30 at the Red Cross. And you can start this Thursday next Thursday if you want to be in our program. So that's the great thing about the program. We have that flexibility. It's not like if you're in college, you got to go through this course. But our program is open. You can start at any time. And we have instructors. All our instructors are volunteers, and they are business owners. We have attorneys, accountants, and bankers, and that do our courses for us, and they are all volunteers.
And all they've got to do is just give you a call.
Yes, they just give us a call to get signed up for the
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to put a phone number on the screen right there, and I'm going to reach over and grab this because there's a photograph on there that
there is a photograph.
We'll get a shot of that on camera number 3 because I know our wonderful control room can do this for me. But there's a phone number at the bottom of the screen. You see it, 431-4506. That's in the 216 area code. Or you can go to GCVBRC, Greater Cleveland Veterans Business Resource Council.com. You see the email there. See that photograph down at the bottom? I'm kind of standing in the middle there. You see the guy in the middle. And I was your speaker, a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And because I too am a veteran, and I understand the importance of veterans getting some helping hands. Ronald, that's pretty much what it's about, right? Getting veterans a helping hand.
Exactly. You know, veterans helping veterans. We, you know, the founders were, 3 of them were, including Nick Early and Gene Talley, were Vietnam veterans. I myself served there. And we have 2 other instructors. Well, Gene also is an instructor in the program. I teach several segments myself, and then we have another Vietnam veteran who teaches marketing and sales as well. Yeah. So it's, you know, a continuation, paying it forward to fellow veterans who have served after our era.
Valerie, what's your vision for this agency? Where do you want to take it now, here in 2013 and beyond?
Well, I hope that it continues to grow. We have helped, the organization has been in existence since 1991. We have serviced over 500 veterans, and out of that number, we have 25% of them who are up and running businesses. So my vision would be to double, triple that, to get more veterans involved in the program and to get more small business owners out here, because that's what helps the economy.
On your brochure, you say, telling to the veterans, you fought for our freedom. We'll train you for yours as an independent business owner.
That's correct.
And that's the scope of it. That's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Ron, one last question. When were you in Vietnam, and where were you?
I got in country December 5th of 1969, just in time to hit Christmas in Vietnam, and served from there until July of '71. Initially with the 1st Division, but that was when the pullout started, so I bounced around to a couple of units.
So you certainly understand the importance of what you're doing here for veterans, because you too are a living example of that you can profit.
Absolutely. I myself am a small business owner. I founded 2 businesses, and you know, without the resources we have here, I wish we would have had this 10 years ago when I started my businesses. It would have made it a lot easier.
Thank goodness it's here right
Absolutely.
now. Valerie Harrison and Ronald Samnick of the Greater Cleveland Veterans Business Resource Council, thanks so much for being on the broadcast. Phone numbers on the screen, 431-4506. More information on everything we're talking about. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm taking a break. I'll be right back in just a moment after these words. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. One of the goals of ICAN Schools is to provide quality education to children in underserved communities. Executive Director of Expansion and Outreach, Tamika Brantley, is here, and the Executive Director of the Akron and Canton Preparatory Schools, Keenan Bishop, is here as well to tell us more about the ICAN Schools. Good to have you with us, Tamika and Keenan.
Thank you.
Give me the overall philosophy of ICAN Schools.
Fantastic. So our mission is to prepare our students for a college preparatory high school. And that high school is going to ensure their success in graduation from a 4-year college. So that's our philosophy. That undergirds everything that we do, and that's our laser-like focus.
Laser-like focus. You are right on with that focus. Yeah. What age groups are we talking about here, Tamika?
We serve students in elementary school, middle school, and we also have a high school. So we're located throughout Cleveland, Maple Heights, Akron, and Canton. We have 4 locations in Cleveland, 1 in the Tremont area, St. Clair, Fleet, and also Chester, where we serve all grades.
A total of 7 schools.
Total of 7 schools.
Yeah. What's the criteria for getting into an ICAN school?
That's, I think that's the beauty of our school. There is no specific criteria. As long as the students show up at our door, a student is eligible for our school. So we are currently enrolling students in kindergarten through 8th, and we also have openings at our high school. In order for a student to enroll, a parent must attend our parent orientation. And we have an orientation held every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So it's very flexible for parents. Parents fill out their enrollment packet, and students are enrolled. It's that simple. Yeah.
Parents play a big part in this, don't they? Keenan, tell me about that.
You know, when it comes to parents, parents are looking for an option that's going to prepare their scholars for college. What we know is that college readiness is something that's touted, but it's not something that ACT scores even show us. So we only have 26% of children who've actually taken the ACT who pass all 4 college readiness benchmarks. But what we do is focus on ensuring they're ready for college, and the parents latch on to that. Yeah. They understand their commitment to having homework signed and done and making sure it's done at a quality level. So their involvement from day one is imperative.
I understand you look for special qualities in the teachers that you hire as well.
So we look for HHS, hungry, humble, and smart. We know if you're hungry, you're going to do whatever it takes to ensure our scholars get the best education possible. If you're humble, we know that you're going to put in the time it takes to learn our systems and routines. And if you're smart, you're going to be able to give a rigorous and a robust curriculum and instruction to our scholars.
So I'm holding up a couple of pictures here, not very well, you can see, but I want to give a shot. Those are the inquisitive minds that we are talking about with these youngsters right here. And you can make a difference with these youngsters. You realize that, don't you, Tamika? That's why you're doing what you're doing, right?
Yes, that's exactly why we do what we do on a daily basis. ICAN Schools, we provide a brighter path for students, just like it states on our brochure. And that was the vision, that was the mission of our founders, and we have been doing an incredible job of that. Our schools have been very successful, and I think what parents really appreciate about our schools is the fact that it's not an experiment. We know what works, we've been doing it, and we've been very successful with it.
And getting them prepared for college, of course. That's cool. I know you got 4 schools in Cleveland and 3 other schools in Maple Heights, Akron, and Canton, a total of 7. Somebody out there is saying, well, when can I get my kid in? What must I do to get more information on getting kids in school?
Well, by the time this airs, they probably need to move quickly because school has already started August 19th. So they need to first go online to our website at icanschools.org or contact us at our toll-free number, which is 888-977-ICAN. And get in contact with our admissions team to get this process started. Or they can just show up at one of our orientations, which is held throughout all of our locations throughout Cleveland, Akron, Canton, and Maple Heights.
We're going to keep that number on the screen for a little bit so people can write that number down or certainly go to the website. This is the difference between sometimes success and failure by the schools you go to and how you prepare yourself for life. Keenan, speak to that a little bit.
Preparation is vital. When you take an opportunity to prepare for anything, your performance is better. What typically happens when children graduate from high school is they're not adequately prepared for success in college. And if you're not adequately prepared, it can feel like a scorcher. It can feel like the sun is beating down on you, everything is dry, and you just don't know what to do. And so many scholars don't make it out of a 4-year college when they enroll. So what we do is serve as that umbrella, and that umbrella is the shade. And it says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start giving you a rigorous program from 5 years old. You're going to start thinking about college from kindergarten. You're going to have trips to college. You're going to experience what it feels like to learn college-level vocabulary as a small child.
You immerse them. I've got 30 seconds remaining. You immerse them into this from the very beginning. The goal is you're going to school.
And you're going to graduate.
You're going to graduate, and you're going to go to school after you graduate from ICAN. You are going to find success in life. That's the goal.
The preparation.
So the question is, how do we get from here to there? But that's where we're going. Well,
thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for being on the broadcast. Tamika Brantley and Keenan Bishop representing ICAN Schools. 7 schools in the greater Cleveland area, or in Northeast Ohio, I should say. 4 schools in Cleveland, and 1 in Maple Heights, 1 in Akron, and 1 in Canton. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast. There's the phone number on the screen, 977-ICAN. It is a toll-free 888 number. You see the number on the bottom of the screen. Thanks so much for being on the broadcast.
Thanks for having us.
Taking a break right now. I'll be right back in a moment. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Good to have you with us today. On September the 28th, Cornerstone Among Women holds its annual fundraiser and at the same time plans to help individuals in third world countries. Its Executive Director, Carolyn Herbert, is here, and Director of Development, Angel Bowl, are here to tell us more about how you can help with this wonderful program. Carolyn Herbert seated next to me and Angel sitting on the left there. Hello. Good to have you both with us.
Thank you.
Carolyn, you're Executive Director. Tell me what's the mission of Cornerstone Among Women, what it is.
Cornerstone Among Women is a faith-based ministry, and our mission is to share the love of Christ with any woman and her partner who might be experiencing an unplanned pregnancy, a pregnancy loss of any kind, or any lifestyle distress.
Angel, what kind of programs and services do you provide, and where do you provide these services?
Probably the most popular service that we provide is the free pregnancy test. That's the big draw to bring them in. We offer that at the Elyria Center and on our mobile unit as well. But we also provide limited ultrasounds. We have parenting classes, one of only 100 teen MOPS programs in the U.S. and Canada. And so there's many services. We are love to feed into them the resources that they will need as they're moving forward in their pregnancy, and so we're also a place of information as well.
I know you're headquartered in Elyria. Now,
yes.
How wide an area do you serve?
All of Lorain County and western Cuyahoga County as well.
How do people link up with you? Do they get referred to you? Or?
Yes, they do. We have good favor with all of the agencies in the area. We've been in existence 28 years, so we have a very high integrity reputation. And of course, we have a website and Facebook page, etc. So
I was reading your information the other day, and one of the things I was taken back, and we're going to talk about the Walk for Life fundraiser, but one of the things it says, do you think you're pregnant and feel alone? Are you feeling overwhelmed with pregnancy? Are you reeling from a lost relationship? Are you suffering from a miscarriage, stillbirth, or a pregnancy termination, and you need to talk about that?
Yes.
That's what you do.
That's what we do, and we do it very well. We provide support. We provide consolation for those who are experiencing a loss, helping them work through their grief issues, and of course the support through the pregnancy, and as well those women who are in broken relationships and or have the recurrences of sexually transmitted diseases and their lifestyle distress issues.
Yeah. You've got a fundraiser, and I've got a little brochure. We can get a picture of that. Cornerstone Among Women is the organization based in Elyria. Tell me about the fundraiser, Angel, that's coming up on Saturday, September the 28th. At your location. Tell me about that.
This is our annual Walk for Life, one of our larger fundraisers to support us and our ability to offer everything that we offer free of charge to the clients.
That's correct.
And so this is one of our larger fundraisers, and we're excited this year because we're coupling a few things together, making this a very exciting day. We'll have the Walk for Life, the traditional walkers who are receiving sponsors for walking. We also have a shoe drive occurring where we're collecting shoes, and we are going to be sending those shoes out to third world countries, and we actually will have some benefit there. We will receive some monies based on poundage. And so we're looking to collect 300 bags of shoes with 25 pairs, so that's a lot of shoes.
So show up,
show up with some shoes, please.
These shoes are made for walking.
That's right, that's it.
And we're going to do this at the Walk for Life fundraiser. Saturday, September the 28th,
yes.
at Cornerstone Among Women, and the location is 364 Griswold
yes.
Road in the city of Elyria.
Yes.
That's in Lorain County, and it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And you got an open house at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
add something to that. Is it? What else do we need to know about all of that? This is vital to what you're doing, isn't it?
Yes, because we are totally supported by individuals who love what we do and love what we stand for. We really depend upon the financial support that comes in through those fundraisers.
And once again, this is faith-based.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You put a firm foundation of Christian faith on the bottom of all of this.
Absolutely.
And you build on top of that.
That's why our name is Cornerstone. Yes.
Because it is the cornerstone of faith.
Yes.
It's what holds everything together,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. The love of God.
You
the
would
love
say
of Christ.
amen to that.
I would say amen.
Would you?
I would.
But once again, that's a fundraiser is going to be September the 28th, Saturday, Cornerstone Among Women, 364 Griswold Road in Elyria. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and an open house later on in the day at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And people can also send you a check, right?
They absolutely can. Yes.
Online donations as well?
Yes.
And the online is cornerstoneamongwomen.org, and the phone number is 440-284 as you 1010. You see it on the screen. All that information is on the screen. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Walk for life. God bless you too.
Thank you.
God does bless me and you all.
Thank you.
Take care. We're going to take a break right now. In a moment, we'll be back. The Morning Exchange, part of our broadcast with Wyatt Brownlee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. But first this. This is the Morning Exchange segment of our broadcast Kaleidoscope, and good to have Wyatt Brownlee, Urban League of Greater Cleveland. He's business advisor for the Minority Business Assistance Center known as MBAC program. What's on your mind today, Wyatt?
How are you today?
I'm okay, man.
I'm just here this morning. I'm actually sitting in for Miss Marsha McAvee, who is usually the person who represents the Urban League.
Right.
But I'm here to talk a little bit about the Minority Business Assistance Center. It is a program of the state of Ohio, funded for the state of Ohio. We're housed here at the Urban League, pleased to be there. And we assist small and minority businesses. And specifically, the three areas that we assist those businesses is with access to capital, technical support, and then access to contracts, so procurement opportunities.
So you've got a lot going on right there.
We do.
You can make the difference between a life and death, profit and loss.
That's absolutely
for
right.
a lot of companies that are just trying to get started or trying to stay started.
Correct. Trying to stay in business, trying to grow, trying to go to that next level.
Yeah.
So we see all different types of businesses. And again, a lot of people assume that because we're the Urban League that we only help minority businesses, but we help small businesses as well.
And you've had some successes with this. I've got about 30 seconds. You've had successes with this, haven't you?
We have. We've had some successes. You know, a lot of what we do is advice. You know, we've seen just about every type of situation. So when we get our clients come to us, it's not new to us when we've seen these things. And so we can take them down a road that we believe that is going to definitely get them to where they're trying to go.
In our final 10 seconds, you help them with a roadmap from here to there.
That's absolutely
Where do you want to go? Okay,
Absolutely
this is the roadmap we got to follow for your business to be successful.
Absolutely.
Wyatt Brownlee, Urban League of Greater Cleveland. He's the business advisor for the Minority Business Assistance Center. Thanks, Wyatt.
Thank you.
On the broadcast. Got to go. Take care, everybody, and be well.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.